And this is the house in 3D, which is awesome. Whoa!
G'day guys, welcome back. So we got the channel up and running yesterday, which is super awesome, and I'm getting a good response. If you like what you saw and you haven't subscribed, hit that button down in the bottom corner and you'll be able to keep track on us. So in this video, we're going to touch on the actual plans that we got done up and have a bit of a look at the 3D walkthrough, and also the earthworks, which we got done a couple of weeks ago now, and I've got some footage of that. And they moved a hell of a lot of soil, so that's pretty interesting to see them go to work. So yeah, let's get stuck into it.
Okay, so this is the 3D model of our block. You'll see pretty close going off of the Google Maps. Even the bush areas sort of are still highlighted, and then this is all of the cleared area, which will be most of which we'll be replanting. Just a quick overview. So this is the driveway. That's actually going to be all new because the current driveway comes in from this corner of the block and like sneaks up this way, but that won't work with our new house design. So new driveway, shed, house. Let's have a bit of a look. So if I click on this, it should take us in, and then I can just spin it up. So this will be our driveway here. The road sort of circles all the way around our block, so we'll put out those big cast iron gates are going to go here, and that'll be our nice entrance. And new driveway, which will sneak up this way. So if I sneak around here, as you go around this corner, it's going to be the shed, and yeah, that's going to be a nice big shed to get all our stuff in. And then the driveway continues up over this hill. The hill's actually a bit bigger than what it shows here. You won't see the house from this area, so you won't even really know the house is down in there, which is going to be nice. But then the driveway snakes over this hill, and then the house sort of reveals itself. And then the idea for the house was Jen wanted it to look like a heritage sort of house still, even though it's going to be modern, so we wanted to keep that heritage flair. So we've got some recycled old cast iron lace works that are going to go along here to make it look like an old homestead. And then in this carport we've got some huge big jetty timbers, which are going to be the upright posts, which we scored from the local Esperance jetty, and they've been sitting in someone's shed for a good 40 years. So they're pretty impressive. Now if I go just back up a little bit here, you can see that sort of outline of what we're going to do. So the idea was we were going to build a U-shaped house. So then in the back of the house here, this is going to be a nice big sheltered courtyard that we can plant up with plants and form part of our backyard. So you'll notice that the house is a little bit uneven, but we're going to put a greenhouse on this end, and then that'll box it all in really nicely. Yeah, so have a bit of a look on this end. If I just swing it around, so this is going to be the front of our house. We've got two gables and then just a main central area, which this is all the lounge room. So now this is looking at the house from the north, and this is our main lounge room, kitchen, living area. All glass windows, letting the heat in, and we're going with a concrete slab which will soak the heat through the day and then keep the house nice when it cools down in the evening. So that was one of the main design points our awesome architect Kieran came up with. And on the back side here, all open up to this backyard area, so that's going to be a really bright room. That's going to be nice. Besides that, outdoor barbecue area there, which is going to be pretty nice spot. That'll be sheltered, prevailing winds coming from this way, and if the wind's coming the opposite way, We've also got this sheltered backyard out the back to get out of the wind as well if we need to. So yeah. So I thought we'd just leave the plans and have a look at these guys where they started the earthworks. This is going to be the house pad here, and I got there a day after they'd started because I was stuck up at work, but they just cracked right into it, starting clearing this area here, and because we got so much sand they had to dig down and bring out a lot of the better limestone down in this pit you can see, and then spread it out and compact it. But they also, doing this, leveled out our backyard, which was on a slope. So now you can see that wall there and how they're digging right down, but they actually pulled out some really good compacting gravel, and that's just gone into the house pad there. So we've got a nice big flat area, and it's going to be a really nice spot. So they went down a good 3 meters, but the good thing is, like where this dozer is now, that's our backyard, and instead of having 100 mils of topsoil, we're going to have a good 3 meter deep pit that's all been backfilled with nice black loam. So this is that's the size of the pit they dug. It was huge. And once they were finished with the pit, they filled it back up with all of the spare topsoil they had that they had to remove to make the house pad. So they're filling up the pit here, and that'll actually be our backyard. So we'll have a nice big deep amount of soil there to plant some stuff, which is a novelty for our block. And this is the finished product, and if I can manage to drop the house in place, boom, there we go. So that's where the house is going to go, and you can see to the right of it, that wall will be the back of our backyard. So it's going to be a nice little area. This is the rock wall that they finished off with. You can see the limestone, but it's actually not too bad. We'll plant some plants that'll drip down over it. So yeah, that's a good thing. And just a couple of short little videos. This is where the shed's going to go. They're just clearing this pad out. They did it super quick, and yeah, it's a nice area now. So the driveway will run straight past this area, and out that way is the exit. So yeah, let's have a bit more of a look at these plans. Alright, so what I've done here is just put the overlay of the 2D drawings, and so we can go into the actual plan, but it just sort of shows you how it sits against the house there, which is nice. This water tank's actually, it's showing there, but the water tank's going to be sort of more over here and just lowered down a bit into the ground, so it's not going to stand out quite as much as what it does there, but they just had to put it in the drawing. So let's go into the 2D and have a little bit of a look. As I said, there's nothing too special. It's just a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. There's only the 2 of us. So if we've got guests, we've got sort of a guest wing down the back here, and they got their own bathroom. The main sort of things that might be a bit unusual is this: we've got a pretty cool bath coming here, so we've built this wall out, all glass windows, which will look out into the forest for the bath. But yeah, besides that, it's a pretty simple house design. The main thing is just the building standards are going to be right up there to get that star rating up to hopefully somewhere around 7 or 8. So double glazed windows throughout, you know, plenty of insulation. We've got a wood heater. So as I said in the previous video, we're not putting an aircon in, even though that's what I do. Just because we just don't think the house is going to need it with all the insulation and the way it's been designed. You can open some of these windows up, open some windows at the back here, and the breeze will flow through. Esperance is a pretty windy place, so yeah, the breeze will cool the house down if we need it, but I think we're going to be pretty fine. So yeah, that's the basic house design. Let's see if we can't do a bit of a walkthrough. I'll get out of this one, and we'll see if we can't walk through the house. Alright guys, let's see if we can't do a bit of a walkthrough. You have to bear with me, this is really hard to control. But this will be our little veranda porch area, and a really old cast iron gate we've scored for the entry just here into the courtyard, so that's going to be nice. A little bit of a view through the brick wall. These are going to be recycled bricks, just to add to that heritage feel. So our main front door, just a bit of a foyer area. If you went that way, that was the office. And then also out onto the barbecue area, but let's go back through here. So in through here into our main lounge room area, and as you can see, it's just all windows. It's going to be really nice. Looking forward to that feel, because it's just going to be seeing right through each way, and once it's planted up, it's just going to be all bush. So there's Jen out in the garden doing the gardening, and me in the kitchen slaving away cooking for her as usual. So kitchen, nothing too special planned for there, except for our big island bench, which you would have seen in the previous video, which Jen also made me lug halfway across the country. So that's going to be going back in the kitchen. Wood heater and fireplace, wood fire and TV. Showing here bricks right through, but this wall was actually going to be the limestone, like a limestone rock wall from all the limestone on the property, so that'll tie in the inside and outside really nice. And then you can access the barbecue area here. So showing a built-in one, but we're just going to have a simple barbecue there, and that'll have really nice outlook onto the bush, which we're looking forward to. So then out of the living room and the kitchen area, a little bit of a hallway. Got some more reclaimed timber that's going to go here. It's just showing a standard shelf there. So somewhere here is the bedroom. There we go. So this will be the master bedroom with more windows just facing out into the bush. So as I was saying, we're going to change the driveway. That's because the current driveway comes straight up here, which doesn't really make any sense, having a driveway come up to your bedroom window. So we'll change that up. And then just off the bedroom is the ensuite, and that's what I was saying about the big bath we've got coming, which is going to be pretty impressive. It's a rock bath which is coming from Indonesia, and it weighs about a ton, so that's our one big splurge. And then this will be all windows, and then we're going to plant up a nice bit of forest just at the back here, which is going to be really nice sitting in the bath. Besides that, just a standard bathroom, nothing else too crazy. Then a bit of a hallway. This is the utility area. We got a laundry. We weren't really sure what to do with this room. We just made it as more storage. And then the guest ensuite. It's a bit of a shower in there as well. And the back door, or side door, I suppose you'd call it. This will be where we'll have our tank and a bit of a clothesline and some other stuff out this side. And then further just down the hallway is, someone's messaging me, the guest bedroom. So that'll be a nice sunny room as well, opening up out into this courtyard. And then, as I said, this courtyard, this tank's further over there. This will be a greenhouse off of here. And then looking this way, there's that big rock wall that got carved out from the earthworks, and that'll form the back of our backyard, and we can fence up to it and keep the dogs stuck in so they don't go wandering the bush. So that there is the plan. One other quick thing I should mention is, so we've got the shed over here. It's going to have a bunch of solar panels on the shed. All of our batteries, all the guts of the solar off-grid systems going in there, and then we're going to have to do a bit of a trench all the way to the house, just to run the power feed to the house. So I'll be digging that with the tractor. Solar panels everywhere on the house. Yeah, it's going to be a good thing. Pretty excited. Finally, just a bit of drone footage of
finished earthworks. So this will be our driveway going along this fence line. You'll notice how dry it is compared to the drone footage in the last video, which was last winter. So yeah, the earthworks there. This is the limestone that they pushed out, which is going to form the driveway eventually. Swinging around that corner, and that's the nice big shed pad there. So that'll be our shed, and then the drive will keep going past the shed, up over this hill, which you can't really tell how high it is from this drone height, but past the old shed there that's going to get removed, and then back down this hill into the carport on the new house. So that there shows the backyard a bit better. And then this is over the top of the courtyard, and then looking out forwards, that'll be our front view. Bit of a higher up view of the house pad, but that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So if you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks again for watching. See you next time.